The young people, I think James is the one who said that they are either with Muhoozi,
or they are with the NOP.
Or they are with the NOP.
And they are not with PFF.
They are not, no, they are also some with the PFF. But what is important?
Many with even NRM.
But the point I'm talking, the most of the youth in PLU, they are mercenaries. They went there for money. The recruitment was to do with money and fanfare. It's not they love. The youth in NOP are there emotionally. They think these are liberators. They will be liberated and change their lives. Through hard work, the youth of PLU, they were goodies. There was money.
There's no proof that
there was money. But you know, Dalton, there was money.
My role is to ask you to bring evidence to that.
There was, okay, when they were going to birthday parties.
Were they giving money?
They were giving.
They were actually contributing.
They were giving.
That's what I thought.
They were giving goodies. They were serving food. They were people enjoying.
Why do you call people PFF? Don't you serve them tea?
We don't have ability. We don't have.
But His Excellency Mubarak Munyagwa had his Rusani and serving people rice.
As we get out of here, what was as you conclude your point?
Yeah. So the youth are not with NRM. Willingly. The youth are not with the PLU willingly. The youth don't see PLU as an alternative to NRM. The youth see PLU as a subset, as a rejigged NRM. So I wouldn't really agree with him, but they can take it that actually the youth are with the Muhoozi.
Is it true, James?
It's not true.
That you don't have the youth?
Oh, who told you? Look at the previous elections.
Just stated it.
Look at the previous elections and see how the youth performed in the NRM area, both through the youth council and other areas. Above 80%.
Where?
So in all areas, youth councils. You go there.
Do you know that the youth council, there are no elections?
No,
it is money which determines. I was involved. I was in the village involved in those.
But it is the same money which is involved even in the parliamentary elections down there. So if it is good for the goose, it should equally be good for the gander.
All right.
But
what was your shocker in this cabinet? Which appointment was shocker?
The issue is I don't have any big shocker really, because many people who
should have been the minister for labor. This one
were expected.
He's a very experienced guy,
and
but
I wouldn't be
populace
surprised.
did not vote him.
No,
I didn't go for him.
He can go as become minister.
And quickly, very quickly, yes, he said the president should appoint people from outside the parliament. But when they read it in parliament, people rejected it. You remember in parliament?
No,
they rejected it. They said, if you want to consider people not in parliament,
they have never refused. They have never refused the minister because he's not from parliament.
No. They have never refused. But the president, it was sent to parliament so that the president appoints people outside parliament, so that a member of parliament should not necessarily be a minister. They said, oh, who are you telling? So sometimes you see it becomes challenging when some people come into Robbie and they want to Robbie to become ministers. That's why some other people have been cheated. They say, oh, me, my money was taken. I promised that I would be a minister, and I was never. So, in my view, yes, the considerations are there. One, for the areas where these people are coming from, and the votes they got, and all of that. Number two, the technical expertise and experiences, as you talked in the area.
Thank you very much, James.
And we wish them best.
For making
give
time.
Them a chance to go and deliver.
Thank you for making time to speak to us this morning. And just a quick one: who was your shock appointment in the cabinet, and why?
Shock. First of all, I didn't take much. I wasn't so much excited about the cabinet, and I didn't care whatever, because I know not many are going to do work, and I don't think that they have power to do work, and I don't think that they will not be scared if they don't know what the Museveni and or his son thinks. So I wasn't. So the shock. I don't know the shock. No.
I would be the shock if I were appointed. So don't worry.
Well, thank you very much, James. Thank you very much, Wafula, for making time. Yes, very interesting conversation it has been. Yes, normally cabinets do not only show how presidents want to govern, but they also show what they fear and whom they want to work with. That is Museveni's cabinet that we have today. Where does the storm come from? Those are the questions we will be asking about this cabinet in the discussions that will be coming for the weeks to come. My name is Dalton Kawesa. Stay here.
The world is going digital and creativity is no longer just a passion, it's a pathway. Next Creator is building dignified job opportunities for young people by turning creativity into real careers. It's about more than just content. It's about learning digital skills that lead to sustainable income, branding yourself with confidence, understanding influence and the digital economy. Next Creator equips young creatives with the tools they need to grow, adapt and thrive in a fast-changing world. If you want to turn your ideas into opportunities, if you want to make creativity work for you, this is where you start. Next Creator, your skills, your future, your opportunity.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mu mutima kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, endungu ya kusabula. We gonna do free on fire, free on fire, free on fire.
Comedy Store back to Sakode 10th year anniversary with Diamond Platinums. I'm so happy. Yes, Diamond Platinums from Tanzania will also feature the band from Kigali, Rwanda, Eric Omondi, Kenya, Raymond Namakula, Spice Diana, Cindy Senyu, Lydia Jasmine, Fake Fameka, Winnie Nwaji, John Black, Unknown, Kabako, Laika, Gloria Boogie, Catalayan Kando, Comedians, MC Mariachi, Amoti, Salvador, Madrat Chico, Maulana Drain, Teacher Pamire, Bizonto, Shequin and Eva, Raj Kabija, Sami and Shawa, Myriad, Bobby Brown and Nilo Nilo. The 10th anniversary of Comedy Store on Friday, June 5th at Lugogo Cricket Ovo. Gates open at 2 p.m. Buy tickets now at ticketsasa.com. Sponsored by
Comedy Festival bila mukage Lugogo Muhuma Showground Mutenti Mwaguga ku Saturday nga July buli comedian gwomanyi mu Uganda wano ajja kubeerayo ng'omulimu gwe kusesa abantu n'amaaso gabamyuki abantu mujja n'obutambala tugenda tuseke werabira n'abakubanja tiketi ozigula ku Momo kamunyenye mu 65 kamunyenye 20 kadaala tiketi obwagigula ku Momo ya mitwalo 5 nenga ku milyango ya mitwalo 10 emmeeza y'abantu 8 ya milioni 2 VIP ya mitwalo 15 kale booking anga buchari eno shock kuseka Pro Max Juliana Kanyomozi King Saha Winnie Nwaji Irene Nambiru ate nabo tujja kubasesa walayi bayimbenga baseka obwana burapta obwana bukamunye mujja nabo kakwakulako emitwalo gyabiri ate ne kawuza muteso zokka nga July e Lugogo Muwuma Showground Comedy Festival 2026 ategekeddwa Abitex Promotion.
Are you planning an event? Think of X Events. For the best photography and videography of all kinds, we believe that every moment is worth capturing. Whether Kwanjula, weddings, Kuhinjira, bringing out the culture and glamour. And of course, a professional team that has mastered the art of the game and progear with elegance. X Events is located along Rubaga Road on Access Building opposite Hotel Sojavalo. X Events, capturing your precious moments.
Welcome to Radio Wala, Uganda's very first radio station made just for Indian diaspora and lovers of Indian culture. From timeless Bollywood classics to today's hottest hits. Vibrant festivals, mouth-watering stories, and heartfelt moments from our community. Listen exclusively on Afro Mobile, your cultural connection anytime, anywhere. Whether you're cooking, driving, or just relaxing, turn up the joy with Radio Wala, because here, every day is a celebration. Radio Wala, let's play.
Bana Uganda twaniriza Joseph Ngoma mu concert yesose ku Lugogo Cricket Oval nga 10 mu July 2026. Tickets za mitwale 2, emitwale 5, ate meze y'abantu 8 ya milioni 3. Tickets ojazisanga ku caritickets.com, Friend Supermarket ne ku Hotel Triangle. Kwa note 765558 7225. Kino kyetu badde tulinda. Joseph Ngoma, mwana mulenzi omuwandiisi Vocal Powerhouse. Aludenga konko n'endongo. Ekutte ku mitima gy'abanna Uganda. Gendongo yenyuma, eyimusa, ekuwe essuubi. Agikubye mu style y'omulembe. Kati ategese ekitabangawo. Twagala cricket oval. Ejure kumulundi guno gwokka babulaza mutwaleko ba sister out bitegekeddwa charism n'ebiwagirwa.
Too many ads? Expensive subscription? You deserve better. And artists, thousands of plays, but nothing to show for it. This ends now. Introducing Ugatunes, the new home of your favorite music on Afro Mobile. Listeners, stream your favorite songs ad-free at no cost. Artists, earn from every stream. Withdraw your royalties anytime from as low as 20,000 Uganda shillings. This is music that pays off. This is music that belongs to you. Ugatunes, your sound, your stage, your reward.
Sanyuka TV kutusako. Concert ya kaliba mu dancehall wa Uganda. Afa yafa party time. Genda kuzomwezi 5 omwezi ogw'omukaaga ye Juni 2026. Awo ku Vegas chill out ekawempe ngawerekeddwako munne gwe bakawenja nannyini ddoboozi King Saha.
Kiwala chalani lodi.
Jango owulire dancehall ku live bandi okuyingira kiwaya ng'ama mutwalo gumu gwokka. Emmeeza ya mitwalo 5 ate VVIP table ya milioni 1 kakadde kamu bitegekeddwa Abundance Entertainment ate ne biwagirwa Good Vibes, Jealous Cafe, Hams Events wamu ne Waso Dazo.
Good morning and a warm welcome to NBS Breakfast Meeting. My name is Tracy Ikopit and it is my pleasure to be hosting you this morning. Now, health emergencies like pandemics and natural health disasters have really shown us that our health system is only as strong as the workforce behind it. Now, joining us this morning is Paul Mpungu, Strategic Innovations Officer at Afya Nahaki Institute, as well as Mercy Agaba, the Guild President for Ahaki Institute. We'll be discussing the role in higher education in institutions, strengthening the health systems for emergency preparedness and response. It is so great to have you both here with us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely. I'll allow you both to briefly introduce yourselves to the audience.
Okay. My name is Mpungu Paul from Afya na Haki, and I work as the Strategic Innovations Officer, and I'm with my colleague.
Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching from. My name is Masi Agaba, and I'm a student at Ahaki Institute, where I proudly serve as the inaugural guild president. Thank you.
Great. I think to kick us off, maybe we can start with Afya na Haki and Ahaki and what these institutions both are.
Okay. Afya na Haki is a Swahili word that means health and justice. And initially, we had a department that was ACE. ACE in full was advancing, and we generated an institute from it, which is now accredited, and the Ahaki Institute. So we do courses in sexual reproductive health, and we have a bachelor's degrees and also a postgraduate diploma in health and reproductive justice. Okay. Yes. We are located at Nakwelo, Kanan sites. As you go to Kalaji, just below, that's where we're located, and we are accredited by the National Council for Higher Education. Yes.
Great. All right, so let's dive right into the conversation. How can higher education institutions contribute to strengthening health systems for emergency preparedness and response?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. So one, for the person watching, just to understand what a resilient health system is, one, they should understand that a resilient health system is not complete without the community themselves they're going to serve. So for institutes of higher learning like the Afya na Haki Institute, whose response to the long-standing marginalization of African voices in health scholarship, it's very key because one, they are molding the future health workforce through the different courses that we are having. And we understand that a very resilient health system needs a health workforce that is going to be intentional, that is going to be able to react to the lived experiences of the people they are serving. So through the Afrocentric approaches that the Afya na Haki Institute is putting in us, the students, we are able to handle a person in a holistic way, not forgetting the lived realities that they are going through, looking at the different concepts of Ubuntu, I am because we are. Right. For the person handling this person to understand that this person undergoes different intersecting realities that affect their health, to understand things like age, their gender, their race, their class, their social different inequalities that they go through, so that they can be able to handle this person fully. Secondly, when you look at the different studying that, for example, in Africa we have been having, they have been molded by the different Eurocentric ideologies that were there because of the colonial people. But institutes of higher learning should really take it upon them to understand that they should embed in their students the love of Pan-Africanism, to ensure that whatever they are handling is very Afrocentric in nature. And why is that so? It goes back to what I said earlier, the lived realities of the people, enabling the people to be able to have that community trust so that even when these pandemics are happening, they're able to respond. Thirdly, is for the institutes to be able to understand that community engagement is a very important thing. You cannot divide epidemic resilience from health promotion and the education. And this happens when learning is not only happening in the classes, but it has to break through to go into the communities for the people to be able to understand the different realities these people are going through, to be able to respond to the different needs that they're having in this thing. So you really see that these different aspects are really very key in health education institutions to bring on table. But then, of course, not forgetting that health systems are strongest when the communities are involved. So I'll repeat that it's very, very important that the lived realities of the different communities we're having are served at the center.
Absolutely, absolutely. Marissa, maybe you can dive into it. How partnerships between institutions, community, and private sector can improve work preparedness and health system resilience.
Thank you, Marissa. So with the partnership between the academia, the private sector, and the institutions for learning, what brings is for the academic world, the institutions do form, like for us at Afya we do evidence-based research. Now, this research is integrated into, let's say, policies by the government, and also with the private sector in connection to the academia. They also provide logistics, that's to do resource mobilization. Because you see with government entities or government, there is a lot of bureaucracy when we have issues with health emergencies. People need have access to medicines, people need to have quick supplies of medicines. So what the private sector plays in this is that they are swift in making decisions, which is not the case with government entities or parastatals or organizations. So the beauty of having the academia, the private sector and government working together in terms of emergencies, it kind of accelerates what could be delayed in terms of supplies. Then also the private sector and the academia plus the government, when they work together, they can easily realign the curricular development, which could not be easy for only one party. So in collaborations, given that the private sector is where the real problem is, it is very easy for the institutes, the private sector and government to come to work together so quickly and find solutions to these emergencies. For example, now we're having cases of Ebola. You find that when there's need for research, and this research can easily be done by the institutions of higher learning, which also provide their part of their infrastructure, like the labs, and then the private sector can come in maybe to train the masses on how to protect themselves, because this is a public health issue. Then also, when we integrate the private sector, the academia and the government, it is easier to how can I say it, to ensure that the professionals in this field and the workforce is addressing the real issues that are affecting the people and also the element of the community, because these epidemics happen in the communities. So when the communities are also involved in finding solutions, okay, there is a way how it builds trust, because with the involvement of the community, trust is a currency, and the academics or the institutions provide that evidence. They provide the facts that this is this. And so when we involve also the traditional leaders, the local leadership in our communities, people trust them. So whatever message government is pushing there, and when it is involving or integrating the community, it is easy for people to get the information and not to take it as a myth, but to understand that really there is a problem, and we have to, they develop the operating standard, the standard operating procedures, which can easily be integrated into curbing the issue of these emergencies. And with that, I think it is important to have a collaboration between the academia, the government, and the communities as well, plus the private sector.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So how can competency-based education and training help bridge the gap between graduation and workplace readiness? Paul, can you take that question?
Okay. When we have competence-based education training into our trainings. Competence-based training basically looks beyond what the classrooms teach, because you see with the traditional training, especially of health workers, is basically looking at them passing exams. You go to the university or to an institution, you do your 4 years. Now, at the end, most likely, what you do is to sit an exam. And when you pass, that is good to go. But with competence-based educational training, it looks at more than just passing, where it involves people being trained on competences with practical experiences. For example, we have a mentorship program at Afya na Haki, where we identify our students with seasoned professionals, and at this early stage, they are attached to someone to mentor them with practical field work, with supervision, so that by the time they get out of the institute, they have hands-on and skills that can help them with the real problems of the world, beyond just the classrooms and just doing exams. So under the mentorship program, we introduce them as a way of examining their competences, examining their training, and at the end, we have someone who is ready to serve the community. Because with competence-based training, they look at the practicability, the practical bit of someone's career, not just doing exams. Then the other thing about the competence-based education training is that it looks at the real problems that affect the community. So when we're developing curricula for such training, we align it with the problems within the community, which is not so much with the traditional training, which focuses on the theoretical bit of it. So with competence-based training, educational training, it encompasses aligning the curricula with what is happening in the community. We are also coming up with programs that are technical. The TVET is technical vocational assessment and training, where we envision to train students with practical skills that if it is about an operation, people don't have to wait to get to the field to maybe carry out an operation. We train them hands-on. So under the mentorship program, where we identify professionals that who are already doing the work, and they do the work themselves. Then the other element we promote under the competence-based education training is designing courses with the mind of Afrocentrism. Afrocentrism, in short, means African problems to African solutions. So with the Haki Institute, our programs are designed with that element of Afrocentrism, where we identify African problems for the African people, okay? Sure. And we want to also do this by exposing them to the element of Ubuntu. Ubuntu is about having that self-respect for someone, trying to understand and putting a human face to our work. You see, most of the trainings in today's world, they lack that human face. So at the Institute, what we promote is the human face to what we do. It's very important in today's work landscape. Maybe Marcia has something to add, but That's how we integrate the competence-based education training.
Okay, Mercy, from a student's perspective, what's your take on that?
Okay, from a student's perspective, I think Paul has really unpacked all that, and I think I would still re-echo the community-centered approaches, like he has said, and I think it's something that everyone should really take very keen of, because these people at the end of the day who are going through the emergencies, who are going through all these challenges are in the communities, so handling them at the center of what they are going through is very important, because at the end of the day, we need to see that, you know, we have the health and the social justice being achieved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Paul, why would you say there is a growing need for training the lower health cadres and TVET-based health professionals in emergency preparedness and response?
Okay, I think I can respond to that. So looking at health workers who are really the task force that support during these different emergencies is very important. But then it's also very key to understand that these health workers should move beyond the clinical expertise that they're having, but then also understand the different community-centered approaches. So when it comes to institutes of higher learning, it's very important that they're producing a holistic multidisciplinary professional that's going to be able to handle this holistically, because when it comes to emergency preparedness, it's not only bringing on the biomedical models, it is beyond that. It is understanding that the person going through these challenges is going through different intersecting factors that are actually going to affect how they respond, how they adapt, or even recover from these emergencies. So for institutes of higher learning, it is such a very critical thing for them to adapt. And I think the Ahaki Institute has done this so well, from the different models that we're able to learn through, looking at issues of research, innovation, and also being able to bring in the community aspect very, very importantly in everything that we are learning. That this person that we are going to handle, this person that is going through all these different mitigating challenges has to be handled in a way that we understand every structural inequality they are going through, because at the end of that day, we need to see that the equality, the equity, but then also broadly, the justice is brought to table. So it is very important that the Institutes of Higher Learning produce health workers who are holistic in nature, not only looking at issues of, handling the science, the treatment, following the SOPs, but being able to understand this person from the central point that they're going through very many other things that could actually be affecting the adoption, the recovery, but also the preparedness of the different emergencies that could have come along in the communities that they live in.
Absolutely. So now my next question to you is, as Guild President at Ahaki Institute, do you see the academic programs shaping the careers of young people into champions of health and social justice?
Absolutely, yes. I would say this strongly because I think I'm a living example. One, I'll talk from a student perspective because I'm a student who is pursuing a bachelor's of sexual and reproductive health. Though, of course, we also have a postgraduate diploma in sexual and reproductive health. And I can say for the 1 year that I've been at Ahaki Institute has been a very important one, not only modeling me into this holistic person that you're seeing here today, but then also imparting the different knowledge. Of course, I have a background in a medical background, so I have had a lot of unlearning, relearning, but then, of course, learning the different modules that they're using through the Afrocentric approach. As Paul had said earlier, Afrocentrism basically means the African problems getting African solutions. Of course, we need to understand that Afya and Ahaki plays a very critical role for a student to be able to decolonize their mind from the Eurocentric epistemologies that had come on board. Those days we used to understand things from the Eurocentric models and all that, forgetting that we are African, a continent that we must be very proud of, a continent that has a lot of information. To understand that involving Africa is not only making it inclusive, but making it also the source of the information, the source of the innovation, the source of the research, because we are very rich. We have a lot of experiences we have gone through in sexual and reproductive health. We have a lot of intersecting inequalities we have gone through. And by getting solutions, we need to get solutions for these exact problems that we have, not importing issues of the whites to bring them on the Africans, because we are all sexual by nature. Understanding that a woman, as a man, to be able to get health and social justice, they have a lot of experiences, they have a lot of stories to tell, and all these are embedded within them. So understanding that using the Afrocentric lens is something that is very important. And I feel like taking on this mantle is going to bring a lot of change in sexual and reproductive health, because we are not just guessing. Here we are doing the actual, what is actually happening to us, to the different injustices, to the different issues we go through as women, as men in our sexual and reproductive health, but also not forgetting the rights, the human dignity, issues of sexual, gender-based violence, issues of getting access, issues of utilizing sexual and reproductive health and rights information. It's a very, very important thing. So I feel Afya na Haki is really on the right track, and the fact that their vision says it all, producing multidisciplinary professionals in health and social justice, not only as a medic, not only as a lawyer, not only as a social worker, but to be able to stand holistically, to have a lens to see all these different issues being handled to as that. So I must say that the Institute has a good job, and
What would it take to transform the lives of over 10 million Ugandans? At Union Transport Alliance, we believe it starts with unity. But beyond just unifying transporters, we are bettering their lives, not just through bike loans, bursaries, home ownership, or digital solutions, but by creating business opportunities for over 10 million people connected to them. With over 500 manufacturers and fast-growing products portfolio, we are expanding access to Union products through more than 2,000 Union stockist dukas across Uganda. You too, your mother, wife, friend, or business associate can grow with a Union stockist duka. Register to become a go-to Union stockist in your area. Union, the better way.
Influence is more than followers, it's impact. At Next Influencer, we connect brands with the right voices through a thorough vetting and discovery process. We onboard influencers with hands-on workshops that build skills, unlock real opportunities, and fuel professional growth. Brands find the perfect match, influencers get dignified jobs, and audiences experience authentic stories. This is where influence becomes value. Next Influencer. Create, discover, connect, influence.
Bigger, bolder, and hotter than ever! Hello, Mr. Right is back in Season 3 on StarTimes Makula Chika, starting 15th March every Sunday at 8 p.m. This is Uganda's ultimate TV dating show, where intentional kings step up and confident queens dominate the stage, where charm meets class, swag meets beauty, and money meets nyash. All in Spotlight. Who will walk away with a soulmate? Hello, Mr. Right Season 3 is sponsored by Vaseline, Viat Esheri, and lead sponsor Chinatown. Hello, Mr. Right Season 3. Love, vibes, drama.
So, Muchara.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later.
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
Hey girl, so good to see ya! Sheila, Power Within, what is this about?
A Karukasita the world has not seen before.
Oh, this sounds like a celebration of you and all of us women.
Sheila, you've seen the hits, the music, but this time it's more than the Karo the world knows. The stage goddess, a mother, and a creator of good vibes.
Casita live in the Power Within concert, 29th May 2026 at Serena Hotel for just $150K, or you could just get yourself a table for $3 million or $5 million.
Buy your ticket today off MTN Momo app or dial *165 *20#. Proudly brought to you by Capital FM, Ugatunes, Kiss Condoms, KCCA, UCC, Fenon, Kasuku Live, Kampala Serena Hotel, Pepsi, Victoria University, Bel Air, MTN. Free your power.
Uganda is more connected than ever before. From mobile broadband to digital payments, access is no longer the challenge. But the real question is, how do we turn this connectivity into real opportunity? Introducing the State of the Digital Economy 2026, Uganda's annual digital check on how we go beyond connectivity to jobs, innovation, and economic growth. Across 5 key pillars: human capital, cybersecurity, policy, artificial intelligence, and infrastructure. This is how we build a workforce that creates, unlock digital jobs and income, ensure trust and security, enable smarter policies, and connect Ugandans to global opportunity.
Truly delivers, meet Apple, the antibacterial cleaning powder for bathrooms and surfaces. Apple is formulated for 3-dimensional cleaning. It's a scouring agent that scrubs off dirt and stains, a germicide that kills 99.9% of household germs, and it works with water to wash everything away, leaving your bathrooms and ceramics hygienic and sparkling clean. Keep up hygiene standards without breaking the budget. Switch to Apple today. Apple is available at supermarkets and convenience stores countrywide.
My name is Seragu David, the head teacher of the Kabela Comprehensive Secondary School. You know, with this new curriculum that they have introduced, this competency-based curriculum, it really requires computers. So we had challenges when it comes to research, because now we had no computers. Our learners could not do any research. Even the teaching, I would say, it was more of the old curriculum. We were one of the luckiest schools to benefit from this UKUSAF program. We got around 21 computers, the flat screen. They also gave us the headsets, 21. They also gave us solar, 6 panels, then also 4 big batteries to run those computers. And when they gave us these computers, it now simplified our work. Because you would give the learners activity, they go and do research. One of the recommendations I would maybe say is to add more computers, because the number of learners is actually more than the number of computers.
This is home.
This PDM is to get all of you out of poverty. That's why we said 100 million per parish per year.
The parish development model is designed to eradicate poverty by providing the support necessary for financial independence.
We have seen how 1 million, how much 1 million can do. The whole of Uganda is very rich. So what you call poverty is actually ignorance. We need everybody to come up.
Let us all take advantage of the conducive prevailing atmosphere of political stability, peace and security to ensure that all our people come out of poverty.
And I've told the banks to stop deducting from the 1 million. You must get the 1 million full. The government is the one which will pay the bank charges.
Now the number of stools in this Matoke enterprise are 1,000. They are on 1 acre. And we harvest 17 bunches every day. The money that we get from this Matoke, after selling each bunch at 15,000 shillings, for the whole year, we get 91.9 million shillings. So I want to encourage all the people of Teso also to change the mindset and adopt to new crops which were not traditionally grown here.
We emphasize 2 words, wealth and jobs. This PDM is to get all of you out of poverty.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance.
Better study tips. Scammers often pose as friends or family to gain your trust. Always verify requests for money or personal data, even if they seem urgent. A quick call to the person or company claiming to contact you can save you from falling victim to this deceit. In partnership with Uganda Communications Commission and NBS.